Hashtag my own damn fault. Hello everyone and welcome to Final 183, and if you're watching us live, we're doing this for the third time. If not, then this is your first time. And welcome back to those watching live. Oh god, it's been one of those evenings again, is it? Thank god this is a shorter version that we're publishing here today. First from Melbourne, Australia, it's Will O'Connor. Again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. You get the drill. Action-packed night tonight. 6 away for the European Championship #1 contendership. Look, that's a mouthful, and I usually have one. But I get grumpy yet. Yeah, whatever. Totally the first time, and totally the first time that he could get a win is Will O'Connor, 24th and last in the order of merit. Maybe tonight. But you never know. Could be. I'm just really happy with this going forward. But Will O'Connor's having a tough opponent, number 615 from Lincoln, England. It's a Pebble. And the Pebble is a former tag team champion. 85 days he had it with Architect. He's quite happy. And I can unveil that we have finalised at the cut-off date the qualifiers for the Wrestling Grand Prix of the Americas are in 2 weeks' time. 1 week after our Heart and Line pay-per-view, which is next week. And that is what we'll see Architects Pebble challenging again for the Rainbow Lollipops Tag Team Championship. I nearly misspoke myself there. Because next week at that pay-per-view, we have 5 championships on the line. You know what? Our RFPW Championship, our Women's Championship, our Tag Team Championship, our European Championship. But there's one more. What that will be? Just have to take a look at what's happened the last couple of weeks. You could have seen some interesting stuff. Anything can happen. But I know that you know that I know that you know that I know what it is, but that's not up to my decision to tell. But we will take you through to the qualifiers for the Wrestling Grand Prix of the Americas later this evening, so you know if your favourite has qualified potentially, and we're gonna get that done and dusted in the upcoming hour or so that we are live. And we're going to start this time off with the women's qualifiers after this match is done. Winner of the Wrestling Grand Prix as always, 20 World Championship points, 1,750 Fanta euros for the order merit. Could potentially switch places at all given times. Wrestling Grand Prix in influence. And don't forget, in January we will continue our Premier Leagues. More money, more problems. Or in this case, more matches. Will O'Connor already bracing what could be. Oh, look at that. Pebble. Snapmare. Or Snapmare in this case. Also, at the end of this year's shows, we will also tally our view time, which we've kept up to date, but not entirely. I will add that to the order of merit as well. So, to those always watching live on Twitch, that's your advantage. And make sure to go into our RFPW training center to become a better wrestler and get more opportunities. Check out how much money you have in the bank and invest in yourself. It's like a mantra these days, but it does really work. It can help you. Even with a championship, it can help. Look at that. The cover now made by Will O'Connor. 2. No. Pebble's already rising to his feet again. Is it enough? We don't know. Could it be? Yes, potentially it can be. Ooh. And look at that. Oof. Harsh. And I think there's more that we've informed you. We informed you this last week on Friday night as Will O'Connor now does... No! What? Wow. That was intensely close. That's for sure. And while we didn't have a 2018, 19 and 20 season in the World Championships, we will crown World Champions. And we will do that in a special show. And we will do that in January as well. We will also crown our next Hall of Famers because of it. But in the meantime, Will O'Connor has finally won his first match here in RFPW. And it looks like finally, he's probably gone by now. But that's alright. Because if he walks out, he gets no fancy euros, no prize money, no money at all. Goodbye. But that was a wonderful move, but it didn't spark it all. But just look at that. In the corner, it's just inches away from the Pebble to get a rope break. But no, not this time around. Will O'Connor, say hello and say goodbye. And that is a show goodnight. No, it's not a show. We continue. But sometimes people just move on. And we move on. We will never see you again. It was lovely having you with 4 losses and 1 win. Goodbye. You're the weakest link. Goodbye. And now we're on with women's action. And we're going to continue, of course, announcing now who the qualifiers are and the seeds are for the Wrestling Grand Prix of the Americas in 2 weeks' time on the women's side here in the Ziggo Dome in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Let's meet her up first. Rank number 11 from Athens, Greece. Is it? No, I think I'm mistaken. Am I? Am I mistaken? Oh, sorry. That was not on the schedule. But number 7 from Rio, Brazil. Mercedes Ricci. She's been having a blast. Standings could have been better, but you can't always have it all. But certainly did that. My British heart beats thanks to you, yeah, because what we say in Dutch is a little bit more weak. It's weaker, yeah. But the dancing diva from Rio, Brazil. She's been having a blast, of course. So far, she's been doing quite well lately. Last week, she won with Lori Lopez against Rika Karamba and Tari's Bacco. And a couple of weeks before that, and fighting at 180, she defeated the team of Athena and Christina Jane. And I have to inform you that Christina Jane will not be a part of the Wrestling Grand Prix of the Americas due to injury after what happened 2 weeks ago against Athena. With a small fracture in the shoulder, and thus will be out for the upcoming time. Now, Mercedes Ricci has a tough opponent here tonight because she's going to have to face the number 11 from Athens, Greece, Athena. And that brings me to the Wrestling Grand Prix of the Americas Women's Qualifiers. The number 1 seed, Kimberly Blight. Then Cindy Blake at number 2. Rika Karamba number 3. Number 4, Ursula Neumann. Number 5, Mia Cage. And Mercedes Ricci is the final seed, number 6. And they avoid the qualifying round. Into the qualifying round go Tari's Bacco, Lori Lopez, Ariella Wolf, and Athena. Potential hurdle for Athena to take might be Mercedes Ricci, depending on how the draw will develop. That will be done just prior to the proceedings starting. Later on tonight, we'll take you through the men's draw. Athena. She's looking to have a go around because she's not started quite well. 4 matches, 1 victory, 3 losses. Wants to amp up the gap. And by getting into that Grand Prix by the withdrawal of Christina Jane, might have been her own benefit after what we saw 2 weeks ago backstage. But she's made it, and possibly if she can get somewhere, that might be a good cause for her. We have seen the past that qualifiers can go pretty far actually in the wrestling Grand Prix. We'll take a look at what happened at the wrestling Grand Prix of the UK for the women. We saw Cindy Blake being a number 9. Also basically into the qualifying round and winning the whole shabam. So, hey, can't have it all, but you can have it all. Acting GM Kimberly Blight, of course, in number 1 on the other merit as well. Until the final one. This is the last fight night that she's booked. And put together the matches for her. And now it's up to the acting factors inside the ring. Thank you very much to the 7 Seas Network for hosting us. And rating us, actually, I see now. But welcome. Thank you very much. Now, Athena. Ooh, 1 count. Sloppy 1 count. She was quite upset with Christina Jane's investment into that tag team match at Fight at 180. And then took her out 1 week later backstage. You know, you can't have it all, but it's been unlike anything that we've seen before. But since the appearance of Athena in the women's division, you can say things have sparked. She's really put herself up to get some new things going for the division, and she's been an investment for it. And that's what we need in RFPW, long-term investments. I needed to get to where you need to be. Ooh, Athena now, lovely work there, and it is over. Wow, did not expect that, but that is it. And Athena is your victory tonight. That's quite interesting to say. Well, that is the case. But very lovely, that's for sure. And after this, we will continue with another singles match between Architect and the Amazing Jess. And we'll take a short ad break and be right back with you for the live viewers. And for those watching at home, you're still watching Fight Night 183. It's always a pleasure. We're not skipping to the important parts. We never do. Don't want to intervene in 2 matches. But we might intervene in something like a victory. Because that is what is needed to keep this channel running. If you wish to support us, you can always do so. Subscribe to us on Twitch or on YouTube. Make sure to comment, like, follow, and also if you can and wish to, you can always donate. It gives you perks as well, so don't worry about that. We're going to continue onwards now with another singles match scheduled for 1 fall. And introducing first is the other half of the Architect's Pebble, ranked number 12 from El Paso, Texas. It's the Architect. There he is. Both members in singles action tonight. Is it enough for them to get some momentum going? I don't know. Of course, Pebble earlier in the evening lost to William McConnor. But can Architect grab a victory? Because if not, that would really destroy the momentum and motivation at Hard on the Line to try and grasp those tag team titles. They lost it 2 weeks ago at Fight Night 181 to the Rainbow Lollipops, who started their second reign. Let's see if they could close out the year as those tag team champions. But as I said, there is always more here on RFPW, so don't get mistaken. It's a fantastic evening. What are you waiting for? Well, there's the man you possibly could have been waiting for. draining the pirate budget from the United Kingdom as well. It's the amazing Jess. Is it Jazz? Is it Jazz? You don't know. But is it Jazzy? Yes, that's for sure. So it's going to be a lot to take in. But welcome to all the viewers, including even new ones. Our moderators will wish you more personal welcome. So we are during our shows. The amazing Jess looking to try and defeat Architect. When don't we drain the pirate budget now? It'll be always. Always. And I think this might be time to actually announce that for the first time. I think I'll have to double check that if he wasn't in. No. For the very first time. Also, Architect in position number 12 in the order merit has managed to qualify for the Wrestling Grand Prix of the Americas in 2 weeks' time. Let me take you through the whole seeding. Shade in number 1, leader of the Order Merit and World Championship standings. Then Rick Curves in number 2. If he's there, because we haven't heard from Rick Curves in a couple of weeks. Jeffrey Blight said he's going to be back. We don't know when that will happen. We'll see. If not, he's going to lose valuable money and time. Then Justin Stone in 2004, Jeffrey Blight in 5, John Williams in 6, John Tureen in 7, and Dan Masters in number 8. And they will outrun the qualifying round. In the qualifying round, Mike Zandolini, Atwood Jackson, Jayshon, T Hendrix, and Architect. Again, the random seating, we'll have to find out what that will be like. The numbers 8 and 7 will go into round number 1 and will face one of the qualifiers. And that will determine the quarterfinal section. Amazing Jets with a lovely shot to the face. But that all again, the Wrestling Grand Prix of the Americas in 2 weeks' time. While the Amazing Jets defeats Architect here and fighting at 183. And that momentum stops dead for Architect's Pebble. Pebble losing to Will O'Connor earlier in the evening in the opening matchup. And now Architect losing to Amazing Jets. And that means at Hard on the Line pay-per-view next week. Tag team titles, Rainbow Lollipops defending against Architect's Pebble. Singles action, 2 losses. Ouch. But I can tell you it's not all over. It's not all done and dusty. No, there's always more coming your way. But I don't know the details yet of it all. Oh god. And Amazing Jess can be quite happy with that one. Good that we're getting a laugh. That's always good. And we're now moving on to the Battle Royal. And that Battle Royal determines the number 1 contender for the European Championship next week against Justice Stone. Over the top rope. Once you go there, it's all over. And Chris Brookes has eliminated Edward Jackson. Holy Moses, that one quick. It's one of the quickest. So who's left? Jackson Oak, TK Cooper, Blake Elliot, Keith Owens, and Chris Brookes. Oh yeah, I'm absolutely doing brilliant. I'm doing fine. So don't worry about me. Just watch the show, watch everything. And that's all you need to do. Chris Brookes might be on the verge of elimination. TK Cooper and Keith Owens are working on it. Now we've got Blake Elliot now working against Jackson Oak. Chris Brookes, can he hang on? He does. Wonderful work there. It's not his time yet. Owens is not yet. Oh my goodness! I thought Keith Owens was about to go, but he's still in there. I think that's the best news. Ooh. And Jackson Oak. That's teleportation. I've not seen that move used in RFPW before, but it's here. And TK Cooper leaning against the ropes. It's not the best action because I think that might have been more in it. Can't have it all, of course, but I think that might have been able to do a little bit more. So, what are the chances for each and everyone? TK Cooper and Chris Brookes still coming in fresh. Relatively. Jackson Oak, we've seen him in action recently. Keith Owens as well. Blake Elliot must have had the most impact. So let's see what he could do. You know, I think there's just many opportunities here that that await you, that are possible. So, you know, you don't know. I think anything can happen. Just a matter of if it's enough. That is the question. But in the meantime, of course, people get eliminated. And that leaves us with TK Cooper and Blake Elliot. We could all announce it. But that's just no fun because just need to watch it. Question is it enough? But anything can happen, even levitation, indeed, absolutely. You know, I think that there's more. And just always more that's coming our way. But you know what? You can't have it all. You just can't. You know, we're also continuing with much more action after this. And you shouldn't go anywhere because we've got 2 returning ladies. And also those in action next week for the IFA Championship. Johnathan Reid against Jayshon T Hendrix in the singles action in the main event. The main thing is, who's going to face Just a Stone next week at the Heart and Line pay-per-view? Blake Elliot or TK Cooper? There's many things that can happen. Question is, will it? But just look how Blake Elliot fighting with sheer power. And that is what we're used to seeing from him. You gotta do something. Is it enough? Who knows? Maybe it is. Oh, look at that. Oh. Blake Elliot sidestepping it there. But so far, it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. Both of them really invested in it, but it's not up to a winning grand game yet. But I think definitely that TK Cooper could have the advantage here. I think he's much more seasoned. He's nearly had 1,200 matches in his wrestling career. And with RFPW contributing to that, that's good news. But you can say at Blake Elliot, of course, that cut, as long as it doesn't go into the eyes, is good. But once that does happen, it's going to start to be a problem. The question is, will that happen? Those are problems that still need answering. But Blake Elliott's got TK Cooper right now in the corner. It's a makeshift of things that are going on. Is it enough? I don't know. Could be. Yes, of course. But TK Cooper on the verge and on the counter. Definitely working on hard stuff here. Or might that be the turnaround? It just might very well be. They all want it badly because they want to get that European Championship around their waist. And now, is it going to be easy? Absolutely not. But who they have to try it? Yes, the answer is yes, that's for sure. But just take a look at it. Oh my goodness. Wonderful work there by TK Cooper. Might as well be thinking what's coming up next between them. Lovely airbud, but isn't he going to get dazed or confused himself? What started as a 6-man over-the-top battle royal has now come into a great one-on-one match, but it is over. TK Cooper has been eliminated. So was Jackson Oak, Edward Jackson in the earlier seconds of this match of Keith Owens, and so was Chris Brookes. TK Cooper the last one out, and that means next week your #1 contender for the European Championship is Blake Elliot. Very interesting, that's to say the least. Didn't think that would easily happen, but that is it. I move on to 2 returning ladies. And they've been going at it for a long time. A long. But we're going to see them in the ring already. They're ready for action. What can we tell you about these ladies? Well, a lot. Because both of them have been the RFPW champion. And one of these women was the very longest. Kaylee Ray, 700 days. Santana Garrett, also former two-time IFA Women's Champion, 36 days. Kaylee Ray held the title from April 25th, 2020 till May 29th, 400 days. And of course we had a hiatus, but she still kept it around her waist in many occasions. And just right before that, 292 days. From June 29th, June 23rd in 2019 till April 10th when she lost it to Santana Garrett, who then conquered it back after 15 days. So if it hadn't been for those 15 days, she would have conquered that title. And don't get this, for nearly 707 days. That's crazy. But that's how crazy good Kaylee Ray is, and she's back. And you'll see more women coming up in the upcoming weeks, returning a lot. We're working very hard on getting our roster thicker by the week. Oh, just look at that. Oh, that's something. Oh, Santana Garrett might be defeated. It's going to be a bulked up women's roster. Yeah, absolutely. There's got to be more influxes of former past champions. And of course, the current first IFED women's champions, as a Neumann Aerial Wolf, still in action. But many can and will join us. Oh, look at that. It was so close to Kaylee Ray. Yeah, boosted, bulked, thickened, whatever you want to call it. Just a great roster. Absolutely tremendous. Oh, look at that. Kaylee Ray trying to steal it. She might. No, not in time, but it could have been oh so close. Oh, so close. Kaylee Ray, the absolute veteran, the absolute champion. And of course, she's given it all to try and get it a 4th time around the waist. Because Ursula Neumann, currently the Hall of Famer, has it for the 4th time. And because that is ongoing, Neumann is, if she keeps it for 40 days, onwards to 300 days. And that would see the total of Kaylee Ray and Ursula Neumann having this women's championship of 1,000 days total with 2 women. That is nearly 3 out of all the 8 years in our existence. That is amazing. And just look at that. It's Kaylee Ray trying it again. No. It's also very close to one another because these are the veterans of RFPW. They know what to do. But look at this, Santana Garrett has turned it around. No, 2 again. Oh, look at that. Oh, 1, 2. Oh no, look at that. I didn't think that would end like this, but it is. Absolutely incredible. Santana Garrett with a grand victory there. Kaylee Ray must be upset. Always vicious. Always wants a victory even when returning to the RFPW ring. But this time it's Santana Garrett who gets the victory. Will we see them back in full-time action? Who knows? But the matter of the fact is that in this case, the former 3-time women's champion and the former 2017 women's world champion Kaylee Ray was defeated. We move on, 2 more matches to go, and they are all interesting. Because there's much more counting on the line. Back in Ziggadam in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. You're going to watch the, well, former GM, but after this week, really is back in power. The owner of RFPW and the former 7-time EFED champion, Jeffrey Blight. Now, he's said, I need to get a little bit serious. I want to be serious. I want to be a serious competitor again. Not part of the Art on the Line pay-per-view, but competing at the Wrestling Grand Prix of the Americas, where he will face Dallas in the quarterfinal. Dallas next week, having that triple threat for the EFED Championship. How will that affect him? Next up, we're gonna meet, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the number 1 in the Order Merit and the number 1 in the World Championship standings. 13 matches, 10 wins, 3 losses. From Houston, Texas, Shade, the Beheader, Robinson. Now, I can tell you something. It's gonna be amazing. We've got a lot of action scheduled for you. Yes. We've got a lot of action scheduled for you. Because as of January, you will witness Fight Night, the monthly pay-per-views, the return of the Premier League, and a very special Hall of Famer crowning show. We will crown the champions of the world from the past years that were missed out in the calculations. And look at that. Oh, great takedown by Shade. Indeed. As you can see, different Blight is on it all. He started this company and he's made work of it. But is it enough? Who knows? Of course, for those wishing to know all the details, the man from Falcon Netherlands is owner, 5th in the Order Merit. But there's much more that will contribute. Oh, look at that. 1. No, just a 1 count. For those unfamiliar with RFPW, make sure to follow us. We're the longest reigning I think EFED show with an actual live show, although it'd be in 2017, that's when we were live from Trowbridge, England with RFPW Live, where we crowned Taylor Essex to our RFPW champion. But EFED goes strong, even after Brexit. It grows stronger and better each and every year. We're in nearly 8 years when 31st of March hits us. You can watch all our shows. We've been through it all. Ups, downs, but mostly ups. And for Jeffrey Blight, it might be a personal up if he can defeat the number 1 in the order of merit. Because Shade, he went on a insane and just bursted onto it. He's the current reigning number 1. Is it enough? Who knows? We'll have to find out. What we do know is that Shade will face one of the first ranked competitors in the quarterfinal next week. Rick Curves is the number 2, will face the other. What could potentially happen is that Shade and Rick Curves this time once again possibly could meet up in the semi-finals this time around. So who knows? It could still, mathematically, it could still change the number 1 position with the men. So it's always interesting to watch RFPW, even at the end of the year. At least for us this time around. Shay definitely a dominating factor in this matchup. But that is why he's a number 1. If he takes out the number 5, that's a serious threat. And he does. Shay, the Beheaded Robinson, once again victorious. And that seals his 11th singles victory this year. And that is dominant fashion. When you score an 11 out of 14. The only other person so far is Dallas with 11 out of 15. But a wonderful display here by Shade. Ooh, the former 2-time EFED and European champion. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a short outbreak and be right back with you with the main event if you're watching us live on Twitch. And you'll see Jayshon T Hendrix go 1-on-1 with Johnathan Reid. Shade definitely unhappy with that victory. But is there anything else that he can't do? My goodness. But it's time for the main event of the evening. You've wanted this, you've got it. And here we are back in the Ziggadome. Amsterdam's hashtag fight night. And I have news for you, and I don't think you'll expect that. Hot off the press. Hot off the press. You can't get any hotter news than this. Next week's hot online pay-per-view will emanate to you from Oberhausen, Germany. Moreover, the Wrestling Grand Prix of the Americas will be held in New York City. So don't go anywhere, it's going to be a fantastic evening. But Johnathan Reid is the first man in. And Johnathan Reid is the number 7 from Detroit, Michigan. 11 matches, 4 wins, 7 losses. And he wants to be the EFED champion once again. Hasn't been his real deal, but he definitely wants another piece of that. And I think he can. Johnathan Reid held the title 7 days after he lost it to Jayshon T Hendrix, who lost it after 7 days again to Dallas, who's now on his second reign. Johnathan Reid, as mentioned, the current, number 7 of the ranking. Then we move on to the man in P11 from Memphis, Tennessee. It's Jayshon T Hendrix. Also the man 7 days as the RFPW champion. Let's see what this will bring. So, what is up in this main event? Where will we go from here? Those are good questions. Hendrix and Reid, they faced off just before. After Hendrix cashed in his money, well, I thought there was money behind it in that briefcase. The money in the briefcase wasn't there, but there was that IFA championship in the high stakes briefcase. But not out of the ordinary. He just went on, challenged Reid at the end of fighting a tier match, and he won it. No backstabbing, attacks, nothing at all. Just a plain simple matchup. But you know, Johnathan Reid always trying to go for things, and the referees just allow him to. And so then there's nothing we can do. That's just the way it is. Ooh, so close. But from here on out, it's going to be very interesting. Oh God, that is painful. Ooh, man. Oh, good work by Hendrix. Lovely. Is it enough? I don't know. Maybe it is. Oh, take a look at it. Oh, goodness me. Such an attack, though. Damn. But indeed, we're heading to the Big Apple in 2 weeks' time for the Wrestling Grand Prix of the Americas. And next week in Oberhausen, Germany, you can watch the hot on-the-line pay-per-view, the next and final regular pay-per-view of the 2021 calendar year. Not the last one of the season like usually, because that has been extended to March. Oh, so close for Jayshon T Hendrix. The Premier League's returning in January. Then we also have the Wrestling Grand Prix of the rest of the world and the World Championship playoffs next to come. So it's all going to go down and dirty. Ooh, look at that. Oh. What is he doing? I don't know if he's biting him, if he's licking him, I don't know. But it's certainly strange. And apparently Johnathan Reid is still standing. Tried to go for the clothesline and just went, nope. Face plant. And Johnathan Reid has to recover from that. Not too happy with it. Hendrix coming to the outside. Look at that slap. Goodness me. So it went just in like a torpedo. And now he's busted open on the outside, and that's painful. Somebody said, I guess licking is legal. I think it is as well. Never had any complaints about that. If it wasn't consent. But hey, that's a different story for another time. Of the air, probably. Hendrix now has developed us into a great situation. Oh, well done by Johnathan Reid, getting into it, back again, swinging an egg breaker. Whoa, great performance. Hashtag Fight Night if you want to send your tweets in, do so. Or check out our website, rfpwfed.weebleed.com. We'll just link it right now into your airwaves, so you can find out all. We was going to show it out innuendo. Nope. Innuendos are an integral part of RFPW. Oh, look at that. Pull on the leg. As long as it's not the tail leg, I think that is illegal without consent. So don't do that. Oh. Okay. Don't know what Reid was going for there. But to the outside. Oh, that's a harsh landing on the back. But can we get a winner here? Oh, double the slaps. Maybe that's the 3 times the charm there. Might be the payback for all the biting or licking that it was. I don't know. But the cameras and the safety barriers are getting up close. Johnathan Reid now trying to take over and take out Jayshon T Hendrix. Is it enough, or will we get to a draw? Don't think that would be a good part to end this show on, but you never know. It might as well be. We're up to 5 or 6 or 7. It's starting to get close now. Johnathan Reid. And he went outside, but the time is up. And that means Johnathan Reid will be your winner via count out. Bit of a bloody nose there. Can't inflict it. But that is it. That is what we have and what we will witness. Next week, in summary, already the Hard and Line pay-per-view, just to start defends the European title against Blake Elliot. Dan Masters goes 1-1 against John Woods. The Rainbow Lollipops defends against Arctic Pebble. Then Shade goes 1-1 with Damian Valentine. Mercedes Ricci and Laurie Lopez are also in action. Then we've got Urza Neumann defending the women's title against Mia Cage, and Dallas in a triple threat match defends the EFED title against Jayshon T Hendrix and Johnathan Reid. That's all we have time for tonight. We'll see you next week at Hard on the Line. Good night.